Welcome to the next episode of the Chief's Chat. On Tuesday, a firefighter in Sun Prairie was killed in the line of duty. And so today we've invited Chief Tracey Kujawa from the Wausau Fire Department to help me talk about first responders and the difficulties they go through in the course of their duties. So I was watching the news last night, and I saw a lieutenant from Sun Prairie PD talking about the incident, the explosion that happened in Sun Prairie, and he became emotional. He teared up when he started talking about the community support that they were receiving, which really reminded me of Wausau and how in really difficult times for us as first responders, our community has been very supportive of us. But I think more and more in today's age, we're seeing support for first responders and the difficulties that they go through in their career on a day-to-day basis even. Is that something that you feel and you see?
Yeah, we're really realizing that quite a bit. And I think that we do live in a wonderful community, and I think I saw the same clip you talked about, and same with me. It's emotional. It's difficult. It's a difficult thing to get through, even though it's not your department, because you know what they're going through, just because you try to put yourself in that position, and it's extraordinary. I do think of that quite a bit. How we would manage something like that, and I also think a lot about how our community would come together, and I think that has a lot to do with us being out in the community as a public safety entity, and I think compared to 20 or 25 years ago, when I started, people know what we do every day now, and they're more aware of it, and hence the reason I think that their hearts go out to us, because they realize what it is that we do every single day.
I was reflecting on the day yesterday, and that we had here in Wausau, and there was an incident where the northeast side we responded to a call of a man with a rifle, and it was a struggle. It was very stressful for a period of time until that incident resolved and the perpetrator gave himself up, and we were able to recover the rifle. But those situations happen on a regular basis here, and the first responders that we have in our community, they're here for the right reasons. They're here because they want to make their community a better place. And it's a noble cause that they're coming to work each day, and so when they go through situations like that, that community support is really important, and we just never know when something really bad is going to happen in our community. I know your team responded to a fire last night, and again, you don't know day to day, is this a fire scene that's going to be put out and taken care of quickly, or is this going to be an ongoing situation where lives are going to be in danger? And to your point, you have to be prepared for that regularly, every day. You have to have that right mindset.
This was a construction worker hitting a gas line. Now, you usually walk into those situations thinking those will be mitigated fairly quickly, and there was a loss of life and an injury involved in this particular incident, and like you said, you never do know what's going to happen from day to day. We train for the worst case scenarios, and we hope that those situations fall into the categories that we train in, but more often than not, they don't. They don't fit that mold, and that's the unfortunate thing, and maybe they do, but they go awry at some point in time. The situation shifts, and we don't react quick enough, and it's very difficult sometimes.
When I was on my way to work this morning, I was thinking about what happened down in Sun Prairie, and I just learned before I left for work that one of the firefighters was killed, and so I was thinking about the fire department and the chief there, and the police department and the police chief and the community there, and the difficulty that they're currently going through, and how long term that difficulty is going to be there. And I just as a chief, as a department, as a community, you never want to have to go through that. But sometimes it's just the reality of the job, which is very, very difficult. And I just found myself thinking about and praying for those folks down in Sun Prairie and the people impacted by that and the families of the people that were injured and the firefighter that was killed. And I definitely offer my condolences to them, and it's something that is going to impact the rest of a lot of people's lives.
I know the chief down there, and I can say he's a friend of mine, and I did try to contact him. It's not thinking I would get a hold of him, but did tell him that our department and, of course, myself were thinking of them and praying for them as well. And I love my job. I come to work every day. It's a brother-sisterhood there like no other. I mean, we live with each other for 24 hours a day, and we create these bonds that are, sometimes we're inseparable. And to lose somebody like that has got to be catastrophic. To know that that they're never coming back home.
So I think I'll just end this Chief's chat with saying that our best wishes, our prayers, our thoughts are going to everybody down in Sun Prairie. We hope you're doing okay, and we're thinking of you, and wish you nothing but the best. Be well.